that part, can I have you first sign and then type? I mean handwriting? So guys, I am going to take this, it needs to be returned to the city. I'm going to take care of that for you so that you have one less thing in your mind. But when you wake up in 3 days and go, oh my God, what happened to it? Or you find the manila envelope and it's not there, it's done. Y'all are witnesses. Excellent. Thank you. Good job, you're dismissed. The witnesses for the ketubah, please. Can I have you witnesses over here and the bride and groom here, please? You'll stand there. Yes. So you are witnessing their acceptance of this document. The way we show acceptance in Jewish tradition is by moving something. In this case, we're going to move this cloth from my hand. So Danny, if you... Is it Daniel now? Do I have to be Daniel?
Dr. Dan.
You can still be Danny.
Dr. Dan. Danny, if you accept the terms and conditions and beauty of this ketubah, please take the cloth.
Yeah, we're good.
And remove it from my hand. You guys get a good shot of that? Did you see it? Excellent. Shawdi, you as well, if you accept the terms here, please take it and remove it. Nicely done. Got it? All right, witnesses, I'm going to have you guys sign first. So you're going to sign above the witness line. And bride. Hold on. And Danny, if I could have you sign here with the name as it will be after the marriage. Shawdi, you as well, signing as it will be after the marriage. Okay. Lovely. Thank you guys. You did good. And now we have a few words that we are going to have you two say to one another. You wanted to go first, it looks
like. Never in my life did I think I would find someone as perfect for me as you. From the first time I saw you staring at me in microbiology, there was a near instant attraction. I remember telling my roommates about blue eyes that sat at the table next to me in lab, even before you approached me. It was your striking eyes that caught my attention, but your sweet, persistent personality that drew me in. You showed me what it was like to be loved and respected. I knew in my heart pretty early on that you were the one. You showed your true self from the beginning. You've always been extremely supportive of me and my choices. You helped me discover who I was and pushed me to be the best me I could be. From the very beginning, you made an effort to get to know my family and wanted me to meet yours. It was evident from early on that family was extremely important to you. The first time you came to my family's house, you had an idea of what to expect when you met my Persian parents, and you so perfectly brought over a French silk pie. From the very beginning, we broke those stereotypes as my dad offered you a shot of tequila moments after walking in our door. You embraced my culture. You got to know those who were important to me and immersed yourself in our food, music, and dance. You recognized that this was important to me and made those things important to you. Danny, when I think of you, I think of someone who's extremely tolerant and kind. We come from very different worlds. You always do your best to get to know people you come across and where they come from. I have seen you go out of your way to help those who need it the most and sacrifice so much of your time to help them. You showed me the importance of tradition, from weekly Shabbats to family holidays to weekends at the cabin. I am so excited to continue those traditions and to begin a few new ones as we begin our journey as a family. Though I would be fine if we never sang the birthday song again. Two of my favorite things about you are your sense of humor and extreme creativity. You know when it's time to be serious for the most part, and you are quite simply just a goof. You make mundane tasks fun. You make going to Target exciting. Instead of taking pictures to create a memory, we make album covers, movie trailers, and songs. You just make life more fun. You have made me more adventurous. We have nearly perfected the art of travel together. We have discovered many activities we enjoy doing together, such as bouldering and playing basketball. Soon we will embark on our greatest adventure yet. I am excited to travel the world with you during your time in the Navy. You have selflessly made many sacrifices for the greater good by entering the world of medicine. I will be there to support you in your career, in every career move that you make. No matter where we end up, wherever the road may take us, I know it'll be amazing because I'll be with you. Danny, you're my everything. I couldn't be more proud of the person you are. I don't know how I got this lucky in this lifetime to call you my husband. I know you will be the most amazing father to our children one day. You're perfect in every way. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for fighting for me. Thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone. Thank you for making sacrifices to make this world a better place, and most importantly, thank you for loving me. I promise to be faithful and patient with you. I promise to get in great shape. I promise to be your best friend and your lifetime travel companion. I promise not to take your annoying behaviors personally, even though I don't understand why someone needs to use 10 glasses for water per day. I promise to notice and acknowledge the positive things you do rather than get hung up on the negatives. I promise to love you forever and to be there for you in the good times and the hard. I promise to be the most supportive wife and to love you forever.
Wow. It's a really tough one to follow. The feeling always hits me right before takeoff, whenever I'm on a plane, flying somewhere far away without you by my side. I get this nasty knot between my stomach and my chest, and I swear it's not my ulcer. I think it's my soul, in a last-ditch effort, desperately trying to convince my body to stay close to the one person I have chosen to share my existence with, to stay close to you, Shutters. Without fail comes stage 2, an overwhelming barrage of memories and sensations, your big brown eyes and their steady, loving stare, the warmth that radiates from your soft skin, the hushed medley of squeaks and snorts you emit as you snuggle into bed. The full extent of my love for you presses me against the seat along with the G-force from the jet engines. That moment is always bittersweet. On one hand, I'm acutely aware of the fact that of all the people on this planet, I've been blessed to find the one for me. And on the other hand, the reality of how much I'm going to miss you sets in and begins to ache and sting. The suffering in those moments is surely mutual, Shads. I'm sure both of our hearts are hurting. Speaking of suffering, I can only imagine that dating and being engaged to me has not always been easy. I have asked so much from you, Shawdi. My years of childish indecisiveness and swings of emotions, the stresses of medical school, and numerous periods spent apart while I was away at ODS in Rhode Island or in San Diego or in other places. Despite all this, Shawdi, not once did you throw up your hands and say, "This relationship is too hard, I quit." You tirelessly supported me in the pursuit of my passions, even if you didn't always understand them. You healed me when I was down, broken, and hopeless. Marrying me will not be easy either. Noticing a pattern? I will continue to ask so much from you, Shads. The long hours and the emotional and physical wear and tear associated with a career in medicine, obligations to the Navy as well. In return, Shawdi, you deserve so much from me. First, I promise whenever humanly possible to put you and our relationship first. I promise to be the best version of myself, the Danny that you deserve. I promise to make you laugh, with milk carton resuscitations and awkward lanky dances. I promise to never stop doing goofy things, like making album covers and scary movie trailers. I promise to accept you for who you are. I promise to never try and change the fact that you hate talking about politics or about World War I history, or that you worry about every little thing, including me slipping on the stairs when I'm bringing the garbage out. Stupidly, I used to want to change these little things about you so that we could be more similar. I realize now that we see eye to eye on what really matters: family, morals, and service to our patients and society. Frankly, I'm relieved that we like different TV shows and music and have different types of friends and interests. Do you know how boring it would be if both of us liked to talk about World War I history? Oof. I promise to support you in your nursing career and in any and all future educational pursuits, although you likely would be fine on your own, as you are inspiringly independent and fiercely self-sufficient. ICU, STN, nap forever, master's, public health, teaching, quit healthcare and work at Kinko's, whatever you decide to do, Shads, I got your back 100%. You are already an amazingly hardworking nurse who provides the most compassionate and attentive care imaginable. Cannot wait to see what more you accomplish. I promise to shut my mouth every once in a while and listen to what you have to say. You are an incredibly intelligent and thoughtful person with a wealth of experiences, and your opinion and even just your vent sessions matter to me. Shawdi, you once told me that there was 3 things you wanted from this life: to get married, to be a nurse, to be a mom. Well, you are already a nurse, so check that off the list. We're about to get married right out there in a little bit, so boom. And that leaves just one thing. Calm down, everybody. It's not a pregnancy announcement. Shawdi, I promise that you and I, God willing, Bezrat Hashem, sometime in the near-ish future, we'll start our own beautiful mixed Persian and Jewish family together, no matter what it takes, even if we have to adopt baby Julio. We will make it happen, Shutters, I promise. When most people learn that we, a Jew and a Persian, are together, their initial reaction is that of shock or disbelief. Aren't you guys supposed to be enemies? What do your parents say? I won't pretend I wasn't a bit surprised when you first told me you were Persian, simply because I'd never met a Persian in my life, much less expected that I would date and fall in love with a Persian. But, as can happen in this country of ours, we did meet, and we did fall in love. Since then, with the support of our open and accepting families, we have mixed our cultures. Home-cooked Persian food and backgammon, Shabbat and Jewish holidays, Persian dancing and music, Hebrew, Farsi, chai and naba, tchina and bamba. And out of that mixture came something new. Our own little culture, our own little life together. It seems almost routine now. Sure, there were a few speed bumps along the way, but we always put our love and not our religion, background, or customs first. Not because those things aren't important, but because love is more important. It may seem small and routine to us, but look around at the divided world of today. It is anything but small and routine. It is immensely powerful, my dear. All the countries, armies, politicians, and organizations who do nothing but teach hate and fear and emphasizes them versus us, well, their efforts have all been in vain, and they have already lost. Because today, on May 10th, 2019 in St. Paul, Minnesota, you and I are getting married, and this wedding is our victory party. I am so proud of what we have built together, Shads. It gives me faith. Well, really, it's you who gives me faith, Shawdi. Faith in love, in myself, in humanity, and faith in the possibility of a better world. The fact that I get to spend the rest of my life in your presence makes me the most fortunate person who has ever lived. I love you, Shatters, and I'll always love you. Wow, I kind of forgot where we were.
Let's close this then with the offering of a blessing from each of you. I will begin and have you just call out blessings that you'd like to rain upon this couple like sugar. So, Shawdi and Danny, today on this day of your wedding, this victory party, I bless you with
Health, peace,
laughter, love,
forever.
love forever. Good children.
love,
Understanding.
patience,
Fun.
Happy.
humor, adventure, silliness.
All right, so let's begin this adventurous silliness in a few minutes. Everyone knows where they're supposed to be. Our goal is to begin at 4 o'clock. Do what you need to do to get there.
What time is it?
It is now 3:50. You know what? If it's not 4 o'clock,
a tiny bit
Isn't it right?
that'll be fine.
That's just like to let people play.
Positions, everyone. How are you?
One word just hit me out. I totally was just gonna
Still successful.
And today would have really could have. Thank you. Good. Good. How's it feeling? We're moving. Yes, we're in the process right now. We're literally packing. Yeah, Colorado. Nothing wrong with Boulder. I'll tell you that. Very nice. I'll call you up. No, you're coming up. It's a small group. So I'll call you up. I have it on my iPad. You can bring it if you want, but you don't need to.
I just have it on my phone.
Oh, thank you.
That's also part of my inauguration as president.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, she does.
Yes, okay. You guys are
for being here. Welcome. Ruchim Habaim, welcome to this joyous ceremony. It is true that all couples are a unique blend of individuals, but some individual blendings are more unique than others. And this one especially, with Danny and Shawdi, this blending of Jewish and Persian culture is something that we will witness today in words, in rituals, and in beautiful imagery and icons. And so we have many things to explain and show you as we walk through today's ceremony. We have a beautiful Persian table set up here, and I'll talk a little bit about it in a moment. There are more details in your booklets. But before you look at those, we begin to offer our blessings as a community upon this couple. And we do that very literally. We have 4 people that they have selected to begin the process of showering them with sweetness. And so let us begin that with the tapestry and with the sugar, please. We'll have the first group up. This covering also can be seen to represent the chuppah, a Jewish symbol that delineates a home. It is protected on top with divine blessing and open at the sides to remind us that in all of our life we are part of the larger community. We have a lovely table set aside here, and I welcome you all to look at it as you leave a little bit later. We also pause and remember those who are not able to be here today, especially those overseas and in Iran who could not make it. We look at the table and see items of spices and incense. We just take it all from the top. The lovely smell is partially to rid us of evil spirits. There is also a Jewish tradition around weddings where we break glasses before and a wine glass after. Part of that is also against evil spirits. We have candles lit, and we'll have a lighting ceremony in a little while that is a representation of God's presence and wisdom throughout religious traditions. We have eggs on the table and nuts to represent fertility. In many American weddings, you throw rice. The Jewish tradition is to throw barley and to yell, "Be fruitful and multiply." It's a blessing, it's not a command. So we have honey that we will use later in the ceremony as well. It is an exchange of sweetness. There is also a Jewish tradition of having honey for the first year at your Sabbath table with your challah, and not the salt that is done usually. And we have gold coins representing parnassah, representing material survival and expansion in this world. We're going to switch our sugar and spice ladies now. The ceremony today is one of rituals as we have started. It is also one of blessings from the community. And so we will be inviting family and friends up to read blessings that the couple has selected. If I could have Chelsea, Chase, and Jocelyn please come up first, and we will do the first set of readings.
Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky.
The minute I heard my first love story, I started looking for you, not knowing how blind I was. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere, they're in each other all along.
May you be blessed with a loving home filled with warmth, humor, and compassion. May you create a family together that honors traditions old and new. May you teach your children to have equal respect for themselves and others, and instill in them the value of learning and tikkun olam, or making the world a better place.
Stand next to them. We will have music too. This is a ritual without words, not a Jewish tradition, but it is one that's important, and so I invite you to watch as the ritual goes, and then to silently take a moment to meditate on the light and offer your blessings to Shawdi and to Danny. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of blessings thrown on the two of you. And it has been an honor and a pleasure to work with you over this past year or so to prepare for today, to see Danny grown up. I'm going to do this, and I knew him when, and to see this family come together and celebrate, to see the way you and your families have embraced one another is truly an inspiration. But your role in this is important as well, and so there is an active choice that is to be made today. And we symbolize this with rings of solid bands that show eternity. And so if I could have those rings, please. So I'm going to have you do as it's done in Jewish tradition. And Danny, I'm going to have you take this ring and just hold it and don't do anything with it. And Shawdi, I'm going to have you take your right hand and make your pointer finger up so we can see it. And we're going to put it on this finger and then you can move it. The rabbis put it on this finger, well, for two reasons. One, it's easy for everyone to see. And two, they believe that the heart was most directly connected through this finger, which you're going to tell me is not true. I'm not going to argue with the rabbi. So Danny, if that is a ring, not yet. Remember that part I told you not to do anything? Is that the ring that you intend to give Shawdi today on this, the day of your wedding?
Yes, it is.
Lovely. I'm going to come over on this side. I'm going to have you read these words and then put it on. Shawdi, you will accept it by saying, I accept.
With this ring, in front of these witnesses, mindful of our rich family traditions, I set you aside from all others, as my beloved.
Nicely done. Danny, let's have the finger part from you. Good. Shawdi, is this the ring you intend to give Danny today on this, the day of your wedding?
It is.
Lovely.
With this ring in front of these witnesses, mindful of our rich family traditions, I set you aside from all others as my beloved.
I accept.
Excellent. I hope everybody felt the moment, the presence, the almost footsteps of God above us. We have also now two blessings of sweetness and life. We have the honey on the table, which we will have presented to them, and they will share it with one another. You okay if I do the blessing without washing my hands? We've got the wine blessing too. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei pri hagafen, praise you, sovereign of the universe, who helps us create things like this wine to celebrate moments of joy as this one, and we say together, Amen.
Amen.
Hold the honey wine. I'm going to invite you both to stand and come to the front. We are going to conclude this ceremony with the breaking of the glass and the announcing of the couple. I'm going to put this down. Do not step on it until I tell you. Remember what happened with the ring?
Yes.
Breaking this glass is a symbol of many things. The one we will focus on today is that it is a reminder of our responsibility to the rest of the community. The noise reminds us that not everybody can celebrate today, that there is no unmitigated celebration in an unredeemed world, and so we pause just a moment. And so he will break the glass, we will pause, I will speak a little bit more, and then your cue will be the music to yell out congratulations, blessings in any language and style that you want. Everyone know their part? Yes. Don't do it. Let me have you come a little closer together. We'll offer you a final blessing, this from the tradition of Judaism and from the Torah, the priestly blessing. Yivarech Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav v'lecha v'yichunecha, may God's countenance shine on you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav v'lecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may you always find guidance. May your path always be clear. May this community always be supportive. And may it always bring you balance, joy, and peace. And we say together as a community, Amen.
Amen.
I now pronounce you beloved husband and wife. You may kiss.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep that applause going. In fact, I would like to ask everyone, please all rise. Let's put your hands together. Give a warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, your newlyweds, Danny and Shawdi Danny.
So we want to introduce our wedding party. Starting with Amy. And Lisa. Most likely to name 3 NFL players at one time. The sweetie, the dress Amy Sikar. The girl formerly known as high school, the only smart kid with enough sense to become a gopher. My favorite cousin,
Next is my partner in crime since 1992. Madtown's finest, the Flexosaurus Rex, Sarah Sikar. And from the mean streets of Detroit, Michigan, she's the only reason I passed 10th grade math. The Mandarin-speaking future Secretary of State, Allie Warwick.
and now, the sister I have always wanted, the down-to-earth, but always down-to-class, last scientist extraordinaire, and our biggest supporter, Carly Karen.
And Carly's arm candy and my forever man crush, the Jack, the Stack, Dakota Anderson. And now, the Turk to my JD, my future HCMC co-resident, Marty Bag of Donuts Ortega.
The woman who will dance her way into all of our hearts, the sweet, but spicy Stephanie Frias.
And now, although he was born in Wales, this guy is all-American. The man who scored higher than me on step 1 and who never gets a headache. The future internal medicine savant, Benjamin Sword.
We have an ex-member of the infamous Bandana Girls, the studious, the stylish, NBA wife, Sue Kim.
And now, my worst best friend, the lovable wanderer, Taylor Beats Man Jam Simmons. And
My first ever roommate, who is always down to parties, lover of squirrels, glitter, and extremely tall men. Give it up for Cassie, the consequence tosser. Next, we have my matron of honor, the girl who pop locks and drops it like no other. She is easy on the eyes in more ways than one. The dependable Sam Ziegler.
And now, one of my best men. He is a double diamond premium ultra titanium Sky Miles member. He is way far on the spectrum of intelligence. He loves cars, dogs, and beer. It's Ryan Harkin. And my other best man, you may know him as DJ Alphabet, but I know him simply as B. He majored in life, the loud, the proud, Brandon Boyd!
And we have my maid of honor, who I've been friends with for nearly 25 years, but still cannot predict what she will say or do. The loyal, the crazy, the uninhibited, Tusa Fatali.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for all the members of the wedding party, but especially the bride and groom. Thank you very much for joining us here, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated at this time. We've got some people going to speak here before we get into dinner service. So once again, feel free to take your seats as fast as possible, and we'll be going into some announcements before we begin dinner.
I want to take a moment to thank all of you for joining us in this monumental day. Thank you, Mitch and Gina, for raising such a considerate, intelligent, and goofy man. Mom and Dad, thank you for always being open-minded and for pushing me to never settle. And thank you, Danny, for having me to the happiest strong support system from not only our family, but from our friends. We have people traveling from all over to be here with us. We have guests from New York, Washington, D.C., Washington State, Pennsylvania, Canada, Colorado, Iowa, Wisconsin, Nevada, California, Illinois, Costa Rica, and even China. I also want to congratulate my husband on graduating medical school last weekend. You have worked so hard to be the best doctor you can possibly be, and I cannot be more proud of you. Your patients are truly lucky to be here to provide you. I also would like to honor my family in Iran that are unable to attend today. I would like to propose a toast in their honor and to all of yours for being here today. And Danny's going to do a little blessing before we dinner. יום השישי.
יחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויכול אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבת ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. וברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. שר ונעלן
לחיים.
לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן, אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו מצוותיו ועצבנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית. Come on, Jews, join in. כי הוא יום תחילה לקראי קודש, זכר יציאת מצרים, קיבלנו אחרתה ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת, אמן.
Tap, tap. I just want to say that this is probably going to be on for the next 40 years. My kids and my grandchildren are going to see this, but it's okay. It's in your kids and grandchildren. I want to say congratulations. I'm very happy for you. It's going to make me sad, and it's okay, but I'm just really, really happy for you guys, and I knew you guys would get married. And Danny, I see you as a friend. Trust me, I see you as a friend. Love you too.
Shawdi and Danny, I'm so excited. It's finally here. You guys are amazing. I love you so much. And this day is perfect. like I knew it would be, and your life is going to be great. I love you both.
خوش آمدید مرسی که تشریف آوردید. What I hopefully just said in Farsi is welcome and thank you all for being here this evening, partaking in the celebration of two amazing people. I would like to take this opportunity to once again present to all of you the newlyweds, and now officially husband and wife. Let's give it up once again for I think most of you know me. If not, my name is Mitch, also known as Danny's dad. And as of today, and I'm very proud to say, also known as Shawdi's father-in-law. I'm very honored and blessed to be here this evening to say a few words about Shawdi and Danny on their wedding day. Today marks a milestone, which makes it official, you my son Daniel. You have decided not to return to the nest. And assuming you must have forgotten your promise you made to your mother when you were 4 years old. You told her these exact words. You told her, and I quote, "I'm not going to marry anyone but you, Mom." It goes on. I'm not going to live in my own house. I just want to live with you and Daddy forever. Well, so much for promise, I'm sure that given enough time, someday your mom will forgive you. The therapy has helped. I'm not sure recall, Danny, but as a young boy, you loved to make up and tell us long, elaborate stories. These stories would go on and on and on until we either insisted you come up with an ending, or your voice became so hoarse you couldn't speak anymore. I thought this evening, just for old time's sake, I would tell you just one very short story. There once was a 5-year-old boy on vacation with his family in Colorado. The boy was told about the great Sand Dune National Park that he soon would see with his very own eyes. He was told by his parents that these sand dunes were the biggest in North America, approaching nearly 800 feet. He asked his parents if he could climb to the top, but they told him it would be very hard, the sand would be very hot, and the climb would be very steep. He would have a hard time breathing because of the altitude and probably not be able to climb very far. He listened intensely and seemed to understand his limitations. As the family van approached the great sand dunes and reached the parking lot, the boy sprang from the van. He began running as fast as he could across the vast expanse of sand in front of him, leading towards the dunes. His parents and sisters followed behind him, believing that their quest would be short-lived. However, to their surprise, he continued up the dunes, his image becoming smaller and smaller as he climbed towards the top. Their surprise soon turned to concern as their attempts to catch up the boy were to no avail. He was moving with surprising great speed. As they watched him, his now tiny image edged ever closer and closer to the top. They continued their trek with multiple stops to catch their breath. Nearly an hour later, when they finally made it to the summit and collapsed at the top, their 5-year-old son stood over them smiling with a look of pride and accomplishment on his sweat-covered face. That story, of course, was about you, Danny, on a road trip we took to Colorado in 1988. The enthusiasm and
The enthusiasm, ambition, and determination that you showed us on that day truly inspired us. It truly amazed us. What you showed us on that day was in fact a preview of what we've seen at so many different times in your life. You always had the courage to take the path less traveled, the more challenging path, the path you believe would give you the most worthwhile and meaningful experience. It has been an absolute honor, a privilege, and a blessing for me and your mom to be a part of your life for the past 26 years. Thank you so very much for using your gifted mind, your many talents, for the principles you have always stood up for, and the causes you have worked towards in the past. Thank you, Danny, for the military service and medical care you soon will be providing to the men, women, and children of our country. You're a good man, Daniel, Darren, a very good man. We're both so very proud of you, and I salute you. However, there is something that a very good man needs to make him a totally complete and an even better man. What is that something you ask? That something, of course, is a very great woman. Enter Shawdi Danny, or as Danny likes to call her, my little Persian. I believe it was sophomore year of microbiology class at the University of Minnesota, where apparently Danny became distracted just long enough from this bacteria-filled petri dish to notice, at least for a moment, the ever so beautiful and oh so stunning Miss Shawdi Danny. Fortunately, over the next few years, Shawdi was able to keep Danny distracted from studies just long enough for the two of them to fall in love. I don't know if you realize it, Shawdi, but besides Danny falling in love with you, our entire family has also fallen in love with you. You, my new daughter, know the definition of kindness and compassion. It's so very fitting that your first job in your new career as a nurse is at Hennepin County Medical Center's NAP Rehabilitation Unit, where you treat people recovering from some of the most severe and debilitating injuries, where a gentle soul and compassionate care are so very important to the recovery and healing. There is, of course, another side of Shawdi, a far more, shall I say, assertive side, a more seriously competitive side. Challenge her to a game of basketball. Good luck. Friendly competition during family game night. All I can say is, look out. This girl, she comes to win. So much for Shawdi's quiet and polite demeanor, her quick wit and strategizing will have you begging for mercy, or at least conceding victory before the night is over. My advice to you, Danny, better play nice with Shawdi, or at least make sure it's on your side for family game night. Fortunately for you, Danny, Shawdi has chosen to be on your side for a lifetime. When I look at the both of you, I see a beautiful union, a perfect balance. I see that the light of you together shines so much brighter than when the two of you are apart. You've embraced each other's different cultures, different backgrounds, different religious experiences. And in that, I see so much hope for this world. I see two people that have found in each other true love and the greatest blessings life has to offer. I would like to thank Hamid and Netta for raising such a lovely daughter. This beautiful bride. This beautiful bride you see before us today. I would like to welcome the both of you, Shawdi's brother Omid, and your entire family and friends into our family. sincerely hope that we can all be together for many, many more happy celebrations. And now, without further ado, I believe it's time for a traditional Jewish blessing and a toast. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyimanu v'kiyyanu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has kept us in life and sustained us, and enabled us to reach this joyous occasion. Everybody could please lift their glasses here. It's time for, with the help of a little May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others, and may others do for you. May you climb great sand dunes to the top and reach the brightest stars. And may you stay forever young, forever in love, and forever grateful for the gift of lifelong companionship we are celebrating here tonight. I love you guys.
Wow, tough act to follow here. I want to start by thanking everyone for being here tonight to celebrate Shawdi and Danny. I know how much it means to you guys to see this room filled with everyone you love. My name is Sam, and I've been friends with Shawdi since junior high. It started out with us moved together in bands. It was an unlikely friendship to begin with because before we were friends, Shawdi was the one who used to knock the books out of my hands in the hallway. To be fair, I booked her first. But once we realized we actually got along, we became very close friends. Whether it was playing guitar here in my parents' basement, getting through high school, to planning our weddings together, we have been an inseparable duo. Even if some of it was through long distance, we always knew what was going on in each other's lives. So I remember hearing about Danny for the first time, same stories, saw her in microbiology. And I remember thinking to myself, well, if she met him in micro, he must be smart, at least. And when we met for the first time for a double date with my husband, Calvin, since he and Danny nearly share a birthday, I learned very quickly how smart Danny was, and I knew from that point on how special he was to Shawdi. From first seeing them together that July evening to seeing them here tonight, Shawdi and Danny truly bring out the best in each other. One of my favorite stories is a recent one. Shawdi and Danny hosted a New Year's Eve party and where they had a theme in their apartment with drinks and decorations to match. They set up their apartment as if it was a private lounge. Danny had a special cocktail. They made a unique playlist that only these two could come up with. And the night came to a peak when Danny and Shawdi decided to put on a special dance routine for everyone, which no one will ever forget. And if we get the right songs tonight, maybe all of you will get to witness the same thing. So, Shawdi and Danny, I am so proud to stand up for you today and call you both my friends. You have both shown what it means to love and to be loved, and I know you will only continue to grow in your love as you start your future as husband and wife. Shalom. We are all here gathered together to celebrate the love of my dearest friends, Shawdi and Danny. As most of you guys know, Shawdi has been my very best friend since I was basically born. Our friendship first blossomed the spring of 1992 when we first met each other. Months went by and we continued to see each other at many meetings or Persian gatherings. This friendship grew larger and we were getting closer. At 5 years old, we were having sleepovers and learning how to call each other on the phone. When Shawdi moved to Maple Grove, that still did not stop us from being best friends. We kept seeing each other, and those phone calls, yeah, they became more than an hour long a day. We told each other everything, we supported each other through both our highs and lows, and we always had a great time together. Fast forward many years when we were both attending college and Shawdi was living at University Commons. I remember Shawdi telling me she met someone in her microbiology class. Everyone knows this, right? And he had blue eyes and dark brown hair. I honestly didn't think much at first. I just thought Danny was some good-looking guy that Shawdi was describing me, but clearly had evolved into something else. 1 month went by of them hanging out, and the next I knew, they started dating. This was one of the best decisions Shawdi ever made. When I first met Danny, I instantly thought how amazing and funny he is. And yeah, we all know he's smart and all, but I also learned that he is very good at many things. For example, throwing parties, creating rap songs, making specialty costumes, creating, producing, and editing short films, and the best of all, loving Shawdi. Danny, I see the joy you bring to Shawdi. You have made her feel like the luckiest girl in the world, and I am so happy that you kept fighting to be with Shawdi when you first met her. Even after the fact, she told you she didn't date younger guys. And you're like, what? A few months younger? But seriously though, I've never seen a couple more complete than you two. And I love being around you two, and very really at times, because you guys radiate such positive energies. Shawdi, I'm so happy that you have found such a wonderful man. You have such a big heart, and you are so thoughtful and caring of others. You deserve the best, and I'm glad that you got exactly that. Danny, thank you for not giving up on Shawdi on your first date. I remember you saying that you have accepted Shawdi's challenge to be with her, and I would like to say you have won the best prize ever. Shawdi and Danny, congratulations on the lifelong of happiness. Morak, Mazel Tov. Now, oh my God, this was written before. Shawdi's the little sister. This is a very special night for me. Not only do I get to see my best friend marry the love of his life, but I also get to welcome my other best friends to the family. I've been lucky enough to share so many memories with Danny and Shawdi. Sometimes we go on trips together, like to San Francisco, Big Sky, on a houseboat, to the cabin, or to Chicago. Sometimes we celebrate birthdays, graduations, exam scores, new jobs, holidays, and milestones in our lives. Sometimes Shawdi makes us gourmet pizzas and mini donut muffins, and we stuff our faces. Sometimes we make overly dramatic, scary movie trailers or fake medical school training videos and give away to it. Sometimes they go to their apartment and we all play Left 4 Dead on the Xbox until our eyes feel bloody. Sometimes we have heated couples who involve tournaments where even the strongest of relationships are tested. Sometimes I have to go in the sauna at the gym with Shawdi to make sure she doesn't overheat and pass out. Sometimes we make a giant ball of clay and then use it as the ball drop on New Year's Eve. Weird. Sometimes we decide to ride motorized scooters around Minneapolis in 30-degree weather. Sometimes we go bouldering and we make fun of Danny because of how much chalk he puts on his hands. And other times, they're the best four shoulders I have to cry on, the first people I come to when I'm feeling lost or need to vent, the only people that can cheer me up, and my biggest support system. I have millions of examples of this, but here are a few reasons why I know you picked a good one, Danny. Shawdi once picked me up from the CPS in the middle of campus because I was sick and crying and drove me to my class to turn in my assignment so it wouldn't be late. She also came to my long college graduation ceremony by herself, even though Danny couldn't, just to support me. Not to mention she was also at my high school graduation. I mean, wow, that's a good sister. And she's been around for a long time. She also puts up with you, Danny, and that's a huge feat. Okay. All jokes aside, Shawdi's the most caring, gentle, and selfless person I know, and she always puts the needs of the people she loves before her own. I also have many reasons for why I know you picked a good one, Shawdi. First of all, we all know that if you're around Danny, something weird, over the top, or hilarious will happen at some point, which will bring a lifetime of entertainment. But beyond that, he will always be there for you 100%, no matter how busy his own life gets, which it usually is. Also, being a little sister, I feel like I've sort of had a play-by-play of this relationship since day one. And if there's anything I've gotten from all that Danny's told me over the years, is that, girl, he loves you so much. I was lucky enough to go to Israel with Danny about a month ago. And while I know he loved our trip, part of him was missing, his other half, you, Shawdi. He kept telling me that he had this knot in his stomach because of how much he missed you. This, in my opinion, is pretty undeniable proof that you two are meant to be. I mean, sure, they aren't perfect, sure they fight and he talks way too much. Sure, she worries a lot and he accidentally hits her in the eye with Nerf guns sometimes. But what I know about these two is that they're perfect for each other. They're a beautiful example of balance, love, and friendship that is hard to come by. These two mean the world to me, and I couldn't possibly imagine my life without them in it. So let's enjoy this amazing night of celebration, and as I say to Danny and Shawdi, I'm sending y'all a heart on the low.
Ladies and gentlemen, husband and wife. Thanks for joining us today. Give them a warm round of applause. Congratulations to both of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we are going to get into what's known as the father-daughter dance. It's a very special treat for all of you, so be sure to stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, this is the father-daughter dance. All right, ladies, join her son on the dance floor. And be sure to stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very special surprise for everybody coming up next. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mother-Son Dance. And gentlemen, once again, please put your hands together. Mother and son, everybody. Congratulations to both of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I believe we're going to have something very special. I believe Ellie, and forgive me if I'm...
يفارقنا اشتقنا لعيونك
All right. Are we getting closer? You think we're ready, Ellie? All right. We got the thumbs up from the bride as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together as we get into this next event. gentlemen, once again, put your hands together for the bride and groom, as well as a very beautiful traditional knife dance. Let's give them all a big round of applause here. Once again, feel free to come on up to the DJ booth, anything you'd like to hear, and also visit the photo booth in the back of the room. We're going to go ahead and switch up the music right now. Ladies and gentlemen, still taking requests.